Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, just a quick video about the whole bike situation or update. The previous bike I was looking at online and in the store quite a while ago, like the 1st of December 2021. We went there that time, it was there, but it wasn't in my size. I think you know all this by now, but I think my size is like a 20-inch frame that we need to be going for, which I think is classed as a large on the website. If you configure your bike and everything, it will do like a large for like size 20-inch frame. And I think it goes all the way up to probably like a 30-inch, which would be for someone who's about like 7 foot. But obviously I don't need that one, I need a 20. Recently my dad went into the store to look for me when I was in college. Well, look for the bike for me when I was in college, not look for me. And yeah, it wasn't there. So that bike is definitely finished now. And what I mean by that is, think of it as a car. Like a certain car make comes out for a certain amount of time, then eventually it's updated. And they don't bring any new ones in yet. You know, if you're lucky enough to get one second hand in this case, then you would still have one. Obviously, even after no one else would be able to get one, which is the case now for me. But that's not all too bad, because there's basically a newer version that's come out, very similar to the other bike, and it is even in the colour I was originally hoping for as well. Front fork suspension, not like my current bike has double suspension, but I don't really think you can get much bikes anymore with double suspension, unfortunately. But yeah, it has just fork suspension, but it makes up for that by being actually quite a little bit lighter than my current bike as well, which would be better for me, saving me dragging up hills when it weighs a ton. And it also has like these better gear selectors, so instead of twisting it, you actually use your finger. I think on the left side it's to go down gears, and on the right side it's to go up. You just use your finger, so it's much easier than having to twist it and sometimes having it slip on you, which is really annoying, or having the gears fall off all the time, which is the current problem I'm having on this bike that I'm on now. But like I said, that's a 14-inch frame, so obviously this is why I need to get a 20-inch, because we've gone through it all. I sat on a 22, obviously being 2 inches too big. Obviously I couldn't really sit down properly, that was my point. So yeah, it was too high, my feet really couldn't touch the ground, even though I know when you're on a bike anyway they don't touch the ground, but because obviously when you want to get off or on the bike, you need to make sure your feet can still touch the ground and not just the pedals, because if you were to fall or something you would have quite a long way to go now. Plus it's better to have a bike that's slightly too big, because then you can lower the seat. Obviously, if you were to have a bike that was too small, you can higher the seat up all the way, but it's never really very good for the seat post to do that. Because if you pedal on hard and fast, the seat's just going to twang backwards, then you're not going to have a very good time, because you're just going to fall straight onto the rear wheel when it's probably still moving. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep this channel PG if I can help it, and avoid that. But yeah, it's always better to get a bike that's a bit too big, therefore you need to lower the seat instead of hiring it and then having the whole risk of the seat falling backwards. So the current bike I'm looking at the moment is also going to be the newest bike I've ever owned, because I think when we got my current bike now, back in like 2015, 2016, I'm pretty sure it was like 2017 when we actually bought it. So yeah, I've never actually had a proper brand new bike that's only just been made as well. Which it'll be quite interesting to see, like, from my current bike, to see how they've developed, because I know back then, I think the current bike I have now only has disc brakes in the front and just normal, what do you call them? Like V brakes at the back, which have faded massively, so I can't use them anymore, which is another reason why I need to change it, because it's not really very safe to ride on the road anymore. Thankfully, wherever I go, I don't really need to press both brakes at once. I only just need to press the front brake, and the front brake, like I said, is a disc brake, so I've not actually come across any problems with that. Except obviously when it's raining and you try and brake going down a very steep hill, it doesn't work and you get a bit scared. But apart from that, it's just part of the experience, really, isn't it? Yeah, probably not, but yeah, that does happen sometimes too. If you can, well, don't go down a hill when it's peeing down in rain. Just make sure your brakes are already quite warm beforehand. Otherwise, you would have brakes that have nearly warped, and you'd be going around a corner down a hill quite fast. And yeah, it's not the nicest thing. But yeah, my new bike would have 2 disc brakes, so probably double the trouble really. But like I said, if you keep them warm before you actually have to use them, let's say when it's raining or whatever, obviously the brake discs will be warm, so the friction is just there, instant. But yeah, that's it for this video, and see you in the next video. Also, by the way, if this bike does arrive, expect to see a video coming out on Friday. Not this Friday, because that would be tomorrow, and it won't be tomorrow, unfortunately. It will be, obviously, the Friday after this one. So the 21st, I think it will be. So yeah, look out for a video on the 21st of Friday, round about 4 o'clock UK time. So yeah, stick around for that. Goodbye.